bugger. I hardly knew her. So, hope you all had a good weekend. We're getting back into mono bug. We're at Erica. We're going to try to go from Erica to Sabrina. There's at least one battle after Erica that's going to be a pain because it's Unnerve Aerodactyl with a Focus Sash, so you can't eat berries, and a Bad Dreams Hypno with Sleep Claws, which means more than one Pokemon can be put to sleep at a time. Not Bad Dreams. Dark Void, the sleep move. It has 80 accuracy compared to 50, so I more or less have to take out the Aerodactyl as soon as possible, so Sleep Berries can proc. Bug loses to Rock. Rock Slide hits both people on my team, and it can flinch. So that's very scary. I'm not sure how I'm gonna beat Sabrina yet. I remember when I did Mono Bug before, I let Trick Room be set up. So my Escavalier could, you know, be like, Lamau, Ironhead, you're dead. But they also have a bunch of Mystical Fire, and Bug Steel is 4 times weak. So that's not gonna be fun. Erica itself is likely going to be a cinch because I can sweep with Ninjask, Dual Wing Beat, Hone Claw, Agility, Roost for healing as need be. Alright, let's just pop this out and we are good to go. I hope you all have had a good weekend and Monday. All our snow melted, which is very clutch. I was worried that it was just gonna, you know, keep building up, and I'm grateful that it's gone. It'll probably snow this week, as long as it doesn't get too unmanageable, you know. All right, enough yammering. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, and music. Some of these fights are difficult because trainers will usually have what's strong against what the gym leader is weak to. For example, there's a Tentacruel that would just spam barrier. And then you have like a Power Whip Ferrothorn with Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs. It's big fringe. Let me see if I can take this down just a bit more without making it be completely muted. I guess that'll have to do. Alright, there we go. I only know that Ninjask can sweep because I used to watch someone who exclusively did Nuzlocke or Rad Red. Talonflame is like the go-to. They didn't have a Talonflame. They had Ninjask and it ended up working. But it was dicey because while Ninjask is super fast, Ninjask is also very frail. And Flying Bug loses 4 times to Rock. So it's definitely not ideal. Also, Ninjask doesn't have any priority moves, so it can still like get faked out or die to like an Accelerock. And you don't get Focus Sash until you beat Chuck. So that'll be a minute. Okay, we want to swap out. We'll go into, I think Low Kicks. Not ideal, but we got it. This is the barrier BS. So I'm gonna swap out into Venomoth and hit it with a Psychic. Oh, I don't have Psychic yet because I haven't been to Saffron. Silly me. Thankfully, Psybeam is Stab. And, yeah. That was not ideal. Yeah, but we can come in and kill Anorith, I think. Yeah, that did the job. This is Fake Out. I was wrong, it was Bubble Beam. Alright, so now we're gonna go back and do all the saffron things before we fight Erica. Alright, so we're gonna grab our tea. There's no bug Eevee, so we don't even bother. There's no bug starters, so we don't bother. Tea lets us get the saffron. It lets us get the Psychic TM from Mr. Psychic's house. We grab loaded dice if we want to use multi-hit moves, so they don't hit the max, but they hit more than they would. So if they hit a 2, they hit a 3. So that's really handy. All right, popping down to Mr. Psychic's house. We also pop over to the house up here because that'll let me get dream patches, which lets us access hidden abilities. Once I have access to hidden power, which is from Silphco, I can talk to these guys to adjust my hidden power. When you're doing monotypes, sometimes you don't have certain type coverage, and hidden power more or less resolves that for you, you know? I also always grab a bunch of dream patches so I can swap freely as needed, because sometimes I'll need an immunity ability, then I need to go back to a different one, and you can only get to the hidden abilities by using said dream patches. I don't expect Erica to be a problem, but I know the fight after Erica is going to be a doozy. Save. This should be a sweep. All right, let's do it. So right off the jump, we're gonna go for a Hone Claws. We quad resist the Grassy Glide. We get a speed boost. We do a second Hone Claws. I'm gonna go Roost. I don't even need agility anymore now that I have speed boost. Okay, that's mildly interesting. It did go on the U-turn, but I think +2 speed boost and a 2 Hone Claw is enough to kill Electrode. It is. Okay, good. So I'm definitely not as powered up as I would like, but this will let me get another Hone Claw in. Okay, interesting. Berry procs, so knockoff won't do extra damage. We absolutely are faster than Meowscarada because we started with 160 speed. So the U-turns have been annoying. It made this dicier, but +3 attack. I outsped everything already, so anything that comes in is just dying to do a wing beat now. I am gonna Roost just to get some health back up. I don't like sitting that low health-wise. All right, Mega Venusaur, I don't really care. +3 attack from from Hone Claw. It's more than enough to kill. We're gonna go dual wing beat again. Oh no, you're dead. Oh no, you're dead. All right, that was a very easy clutch Erica. You love to see it. That puts me at 4 badges and level 47 is the cap. So now the fight that I've been dreading, because it's an Aerodactyl with Unnerve, with a Focus Sash, with Rock Slide, and a Hypno with Bad Dreams and Dark Void. And while I technically do have some priority moves, the priority move is not going to be super effective. Well, the priority move is going to be super effective, but it won't be Stab because it's going to be Aqua Jet on a non-water type. So I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to hold a berry, assuming that I'm able to actually kill the Aerodactyl. And the only thing I have that actually outspeeds the Aerodactyl is Ninjask. But Ninjask is 4 times weak to rock, And I don't think I actually have anything on Ninjask that would actually end up killing the arrow. We can double check that though. Okay. There is first impression, but first impression would be quad resisted. I do like Sonic Slash, but it's higher. The level I need to get it is higher than level cap. Okay, so, you know, cut is interesting. It would be super effective. It wouldn't be stab. So maybe we do go Ninjask with cut. Because rock loses the steel. Okay, so that actually might be the option here. And I already outspeed, so that's actually kind of big. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything else spicy that I've like overlooked in the past, you know? I would like Swords Dance, but the tutor for Swords Dance is to the right of Fuchsia, so I'm not getting Swords Dance for a minute. Okay. So honestly, I think that is the play. We're gonna throw cut on Ninjask. We're gonna have Ninjask with a Sleep Berry. And then we're gonna have our Maldo with an Aqua Jet and a Sleep Berry. And we're really hoping this kills. And if it doesn't kill, we're gonna be in trouble. Actually, no. I'm gonna try to guarantee it being a kill by going Metal Coat to boost Steel. And to Mystic Water to boost Aqua Jet from Anorith. Okay. That being said, cut is not going to do a lot of damage because while it is steel and it's going to be super effective, it's not stab, and Ninjask has really low base attack, which is why I had Home Claws. We already outspeed, so I don't have to worry about agility. And while I could protect for the speed boost, I'm already faster, so that doesn't really help, you know? And it's a physical attacker, so while there are some special moves I could give it, none of them are going to be very strong. Okay, so metal, we need a sort. I forgot. Okay. Normally I would try to fake out and then finish off the Aerodactyl, but there's no bugs with fake out. So that's going to be very painful in this run. Okay, Anorith, level 30. Let's make sure there's nothing I want that I might be missing. Oh, yeah, we grab Aqua Jet because that's my priority move. Our Maldo is very slow. The only way it's ever going first outside of a priority move is Trick Room. Okay, so Aqua Jet. I mean, the skill link is good, and I probably will end up keeping skill link. I am gonna grab Detect. It's also a physical attacker, so I'm not gonna get too caught up on not having Ancient Power. I think I get U-turn, so I'm not gonna bother with X-Scissor. Let me double check. I think it's like 77 is U-turn. Oh no, 89. And I don't get it, so I may have to go back and give it X-Scissor. Okay. That being said, we can evolve it. In fights where I know they have something, for example, the Drapion that Koga has is Choice Scarf, Sniper, Wicked Blow, and cross Poison. So it's just automatically critting. So having Battle Armor / Shell Armor means I don't have to worry about crit. And that's huge because so much of the damage is coming from the crits. I will grab Rock Blast in case I do actually want to use Skill Link. The only issue there is I'm never going to go first. Like, I'm going to get outsped by Dark Dreams. I'm going to get outsped by Arrow, which is why we're relying on Aqua Jet to get the job done. All right. Yeah. Armaldo's a shrimp, so we're probably going for some sort of shrimplicity, you know? I think this will fit. I may have to abbreviate Shrimple. I mean, kind of. We'll leave off like one letter and be like, good enough. So yeah, very Shrimple. Let's see, level cap is 47. We give it a Mystic Water because we want Aqua Jet to hit as hard as it can. Thankfully, Armaldo has a very high base attack. So I'm hoping between Ninjask and this, it'll be enough to kill. We'll get put to sleep, and I'll have to hard swap out. And those two mon will have sleep berries because I need damage to kill the arrow. Okay. And that can absolutely change. It'll be Adamant, and it will be also Adamant. So yeah, that is perfectly fine. We do need to set up the rest of the team though, because there are more than these two. We have... I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up using Shuckle. Spidops. I don't think so. I actually am going to get rid of the Spidops now that I know what I'm trying to do for this fight. So instead of Spidops, we're gonna grab Ledian, because Iron Fist, Mach Punch, that's gonna be 4 times effective against the Obstagoon. And it doesn't have Protect to make sure the Flame Orb goes off like instantly. So we love that for us. Iron Fist. Yeah, that will honestly be fine. I think I need to give it a Fairy Berry though, because we have to worry about our good friend Snubble. And by Snubble, I mean Gramble. Roselli Berry. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Shuckle, and we're gonna swap in for a poison Pokemon as a backup. A fast poison Pokemon will be a good answer to Gramble as well, in case I don't like get a nice clean swap, you know? So that's gonna be Solipede. And Solipede also has speed boost, which is really nice. We want to keep Mortal Spin because I can't get it back anytime soon. Alright, so I think we go that, TBH. Venom Drench isn't bad, but I'd rather just do a bunch of damage, you know? Mega Horn isn't bad, but low accuracy. So I think we stick to this. We absolutely want to get speed boost. We're gonna go... We're honestly gonna go defense. No. We're going to go... We are gonna go defense up, because in case I don't get a clean swap, I'm gonna take a decent amount of damage from Snubble. Alright. So Impish. We have the... Let's go Citrus for generic healing. We love generic healing. I think we can make that work. I just have to remember who's for whom. Okay. Let's at least make sure Letting's nature is good. Okay, awesome. I think we can make this work. So you go to game corner like you normally would. You talk to the grunt, and then it's like, oh man, it's a double battle. It's crazy. All right, here's hoping this gets the job done. Who is going in against the other two, though, is the question. I think it's gonna be these two. So it's gonna be sleep berries for Venomoth and a sleep berry for low kicks. Let's make sure their moves are set. Probably gonna go for first impression if I can get it. I can. We're gonna get rid of dual chop. And Venomoth has bug buzz. Okay. Alright, good. Alright, Meow, we're back. Let's take on this game corner grunt, and here's hoping the strat actually works. We're gonna save again. Go team. Alright, so cut and Aqua Jet, please be enough. I think it is. It is, okay, huge. So now they're gonna both get put to sleep. I don't like that. We double swap. Okay. Low kicks and Venomoth. Knockoff. That's a problem. All right. This isn't as much of one though. Okay. So we're gonna first impression Hypno. We mock punch the Obstagoon. I'm hoping between Iron Fist and what's it called? 4 times weak, this actually kills the Obstagoon. It was holding a Dark Berry. That's why we went for a bug move. It holds on. I hate that. Okay. We want to go into Solipede. I'm going to lunge to lower its attack. We're going to Mortal Spin to get the poison, then we Venoshock. Oh yeah, Lumberry. I actually forgot about that. Okay, that's fine. We're going to lunge again. We're gonna Mortal Spin again. And then we'll Venoshock. There we go. Okay. So not bad. Now there's 2 more double battles that I will have to prep for. Then Giovanni 1, who has a really unpleasant team between all the fire and the flying and the shed tail from Orthworm with Earth Eater. This is going to be a doozy, to put it mildly. We can basically skip everything in here aside from this guy because he's always gonna wanna fight us. Okay, we go into Venomoth. That's right, I have to give Venomoth Psychic. I forgot. The roost spam is so cringe. It's okay though. We're fine. There we go. Lunge again. Oh no, you're dead. Power up punch. Oh no, you're dead. Alright, let's see. Let me put Psychic on Venomoth before I forget. I'm glad they made her Psychic because between Venomoth and Dustox, one of them would always be redundant, with them both being Bug Psychic, Bug Poison. And we have Defog for hazards / terrain. Yoink. It's probably gonna explode. Yep, sure did. Lamau, you're dead. Oh no, he dropped his Magnum Key for the monster elevator. What a shame. We want to grab Taunt because it turns out it's very useful, especially with Prankster Mons. Sadly, there's no bugs with Prankster that can learn Taunt, so I'll have to outspeed and hope there's bugs that can actually do that. Also, I got baited. I went the wrong way because I'm a silly goose. Beep. There we go. Worthless. All right, so left grunt is a slacking and a Galarian wheezing. Wheezing has neutralizing gas, which means slacking does not have truant, which is terrifying. So you take out the wheezing first turn, and then you go after the slacking because it will act once, then it will be truant. Okay. Poison Fairy. So Psychic is a pretty good play. We're gonna put Koba Berry on Venomoth because knockoff from what's his face slacking is gonna do big damage. That's Colbur Berry, I think. Yes. Okay. So we lead with Venomoth. We're not bringing in Lokex. Or Solipede. All right. So in comes... I want Frostmoth because we need to deal with... No, don't want Frostmoth, because if we use Frostmoth, the Diplin has thick fat. So what we really want is Bug Flying, but a stronger one. Then we want... Fairy. This will work. Okay. We're gonna bring in Vigavolt for the, what's it called? Oh, Crobat. There you go. Yes, Bug Buzz is extremely powerful. We're gonna take that over Air Slash. No Dig. No Zap Cannon because 50 accuracy. Now, if I had, like, no guard, maybe. No Silver Wind because we never get the Omni Boost anyways. No Sweet Kiss, no Sweet Scent. Very nice. Pollen Puff is the signature move. We take that over Struggle Bug. I like the utility of it being able to heal an ally. So we're gonna have both for now. We'll end up getting rid of the other as the situation calls for it. Okay. I think we can make that work. Save. Left grunt, let's go. I didn't put another good Mon in the right slot. Okay, so we're just gonna go Psychic. And we're gonna go Rock Blast because it's stab. Okay, that's fine. We didn't get targeted, I like that. All right, it was enough. That's fine. It was a mistake that didn't matter too much. Now slacking will be truant. And thanks to Skill Link, we hit the Nene all 5 times. Okay, so Crobat. I'm gonna go Psychic because super effective. I'm gonna go Rock Blast on slacking again. Oh, the flinch. You hate to see it. All right, nice. Slacking down. I gotta get Venomoth out. We're gonna go into Vigavolt. Pin Missile. No flinch. Please no flinch. Don't do me like that, you know? Very nice. Love me some Skill Link. Okay, good. Just to get some chip damage in. You hate to see it. All right. Boy, I really wish I had Sucker Punch right now. But this is the other one. I think Armaldo will live this. Rock Blast. Yeah. Okay, nice. So now Right Grunt is a shifter with Wind Rider, which makes it immune to wind moves. And when hit with a wind move, it gains +1 attack. And then on the other side, you have a Talon Flame with Gale Wings. So flying moves go first at full HP, which means the tailwind it's going to use is going to go first. It's going to make the whole team faster. It's going to proc the Wind Rider from Shiftry. Shiftry also has Focus Sash. So this is all sorts of unpleasant without a fake out. Okay. I think we rely on Shrimple again. With a Citrus Berry for generic healing. We're just gonna expect the Tailwind to go up, I think. And we're gonna lead with low kicks. And I'm gonna do a, what's it called? No. I'm gonna do a Fire Berry because I think Talonflame has a fire move. If for some reason it doesn't go down, you know. All right, let's see if we can make this work. All right, so we're gonna first impression. We're going to Rock Blast. It has Sash, so it doesn't die. Yep, that's not surprising. Ceaseless Edge. Not a huge deal. HQ. I hope the Age of Empires went well. Thank you for stopping by. Wholly understandable that you can't stay long. Much appreciate the lurk. I hope you, your cats, and your sister are all doing well and is fine. I suppose it's probably Tuesday for you at this point. I'm not doing bad. I'm almost better. We just took on Erica in Mono Bug. We're making our way through Game Corner. Then we're gonna beat the shit out of a spooky ghost Marowak in the tower before cleaning out Silphco in my version of Die Hard. Yes, I was sick, and I'm mostly better now. So I am very grateful for that. I've been on antibiotics for the past week, more or less. Did you have a good weekend? All right, so Talonflame down. We're gonna go probably double kick on the Shiftry. We are probably gonna go Rock Blast again on the Electros. Okay, or we're just gonna be dead. Hang in there. Nice. You love to see it. I have Skill Link, so it's so shrimple for me to hit the 5-time on the, what's it called? On the multi-hit moves. Yeah, I don't know what triggered it, but it was very likely an allergy-induced cold sore. Not fun. We also have an ad in about 30 seconds, so that's a perfect time for you to dip after stopping by for a bit. Let's see. Oh no! I hate that for you. I'm glad Kirk's okay, but that shit's expensive. Oh, you do work some days? That is unfortunate. I will feel better soon. I hope Kirk recovers fine and it didn't destroy your finances. Letty in with the Mach Punch. Aqua Jet on Electros. We're gonna do a quick Breb while the ad plays. I am glad that he is fine. I'm glad it wasn't expensive as you feared. Let's see. I'm reading that. I don't know if you can actually hear me. The ad's about to be over. All right, let me go line by line. So I am grateful that Kirk ended up being fine. I'm relieved to hear it wasn't as expensive as you and your sister had thought. That is kind of funny that the staple didn't do grievous bodily harm. You don't have to worry about the attempt on his life, leaving him disfigured. I do also like the, oh yeah, by the way, he's a thick boy. He needs to take it down a bit. Huh, that's fun. I love that. I love that you all were able to have a good bit of fun with the whole situation. And hopefully he won't have to deal with any more staples for a minute. This upcoming fight's a doozy because they have an Earthworm with Earth Eater, which means it's immune to ground moves, which is one of its like 3 only weaknesses. It also has Shed Tail, which more or less sets up the substitute, which lets enemies set up behind the substitute without getting hit. So if you don't have a way to either taunt so the Earthworm can't Shed Tail, or take it out on like the first turn by outspeeding it, it's a problem. Okay. Gotcha. So it's good that it's time to feed him. Maybe feed him a little less so he can start his journey to a healthy weight. Oh no, you ran out. That's a doozy. Oh no. Clever cat. This doesn't really matter because Toxicroak's the last one. So I think I'm just gonna go, let's see. Venomoth. It has dry skin, so water Aqua Jet will do nothing. I'm just gonna go Pin Missile. Pin Missile and Psychic, provided this doesn't kill me, will be fine. Because I know I outspeed. Oh wow, yeah, that's like quad resisted. That did nothing. Alright, there we go. Fine. So now we gotta prep for the first Geo fight. We need to change like the team entirely, so we're wholly digging our way out. And it's good that you're working on it. My therapist has the same issue with one of her cats. But the problem with my therapist and her cat is my therapist is obese, and she sees being at an unhealthy weight okay. So obviously, she's not trying super hard to keep her cats at a healthy weight, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. All right, let's see how we're doing this. Let's figure out which bugs can use Taunt, and then we'll go from there. Because if I don't have to worry about the Shed Tail, that's very pog. Okay. So, Exceligor is definitely an option. Okay. Okay, we can make that work, I think. We also have Sevian Clauncher as an option, so I think tentatively those are going to be the two I go with as answers to what's-his-face, to Earthworm Jim. Okay. have to figure out what else I want for this fight. I think I'm gonna grab normal low kicks because Dark Bug, it's immune to psychic, so I can be like, guess what, first impression, Sucker Punch if that doesn't do the trick for some weird reason, you know. Let's save because it's been a minute. I think it's in the expansion. Alright, let's see. It is. Okay, awesome. Jack, because Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. Alright, good. So, let's see. So that's like half their team covered. Honchkraw's Heat Wave, so that's gonna shut down Frostmoth. It also... Oh, okay, yep. We're gonna go Armaldo for the Honchkrow because it's immune to crit. That's huge. So I'm still gonna take damage, but it's not gonna be that bad. Okay, so now we need something for... Kangaskhan. Let's see what else we have. I think I can get a Phalanx now, so I may be doing that. I could also get a Heracross. Honestly, I think I'm gonna grab Phalanx for the, actually, let's see what moves we're gonna be learning. Bulk up, that's fine. First impression. Oh, I'm not gonna have close combat. Okay. So basically, Brick Break would be my best option if I go that route. What about Heracross? Okay. Close combat Heracross. Okay, that's our answer. I just have to remember where I'm getting Heracross. I think it's over here to the left. We quad resist the crunch. And then we're gonna want to hold a Cherry Berry because paralysis from Body Slam. Okay. Oh no! I have Mon in my party that aren't at max level. They're gonna start hitting all the levels. Inefficient. Okay. Oh, it's not gonna fit. Okay. If anyone in chat wants to name Heracross, feel free to give me your suggestion. This also goes out to any other Pokemon I have, but the name I wanted to go with for Heracross does not fit. So this gives us like a minute to think about it. Alright, so we have someone for Honchkrow. Heracross is for Kangaskhan. We have someone for Earthworm. We have someone for Veluza. So it basically comes down to Nidoking and Infernape. Infernape is terrifying because it'll get a Swords Dance up and then it'll just kill whatever comes in. Okay. I'm gonna abbreviate what I was gonna use. Double cross. Crash cross. And we are gonna go... We're gonna go Moxie in case we get like a sweep rolling. And then we hold the Cherry Berry for no paralysis from Mega Kangaskhan. Well, in fact, we'll do that now before we forget. Okay, so then that leaves Infernape and or Nido. All right. I'm kind of thinking Ninjask due to how fast she is, and then I can hit the fat dual wing beat, and we'll go probably Akaberry because Fire Punch is going to do more damage than Thunder Punch. And we're already faster, so we don't have to worry about trying to get the speed boost going. We don't have leftovers yet. Okay, so let's get everyone's levels where they need to be. All right, let's see. So it's such a troll that it gets Swords Dance, but it's a special attacker, you know? On the upside, I think it gets like Water Pulse, it gets Aura Sphere, I think it gets Shadow Ball. So Mega Launcher is gonna hit a lot of things, which is kind of nice. And of course, Aura Sphere. So yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, there's no world where I'm doing Swords Dance on that. I guess it's to make it useful in its prior form, but it still feels like a big old diss, you know? So yeah, Dragon Pulse, that's gonna be affected. And then we'll go Water Pulse as well. We want to give it a Fighting Berry because Body Press from our good friend Earthworm. So that's Chipotle Berry. And I think I did want to bring Clawitzer because I did see it could learn Taunt. So we are 100% doing that, and that's going to be over Dragon Pulse for now. Okay. And we want to go special attack up, attack down, modest. We also have an ad in 30 seconds, so grab some water, grab some food, do some stretching if you feel like you have to. Okay, so Clawitzer, Mega Launcher is what we want. Jack is a backup in case for some reason I'm not able to get it out when I need it to. That's gonna be First Impression and Sucker Punch. All right, Meow, and we're back. We're almost set up, I think, for the first Giovanni. No. They don't have any barrier setters, so we don't have to worry about that. Interesting. All right. I feel like I did grab Iron Head, so let's actually take a look at that. So no, they just can't learn it. Boo, boo, boo this man, boo. All right, so Shelmet, you need to actually evolve. So that's gonna be Giga Dream, Bug Buzz, Sludge Bomb, and something else, I think. And it was specifically what? Link Cable. Okay, we can do that. Shelmet's very fast, another reason why we're using it. There you go, Link Cable. Thank you kindly. Love that quality of life. Gonna go down and grab Play Rough. Haha, mom joke. Lamau. Ah, boo, no one can learn it. What a shame. This also sounds like something you'd hear from Final Fantasy. So yeah, we're gonna go special up, down on the attack. Modest. I need to buy all the TMs from Game Corner, I actually forgot. So we're gonna save in case it crashes. And then I need to change the ability of Armaldo from Skill Link to Shell Armor, because if we can negate the crit, that's gonna be kind of a big deal, you know? Pretty sure I had to do that when I did this fight, when I did Mono Bug off stream, you know? Okay. Yes, Battle Armor. We're not gonna be able to use multi-hit moves anymore. So that's gonna be Rock Slide. Interesting. Okay, Rock Slide on Shrimple, over Rock Blast, and then we get rid of Pin Missile as well. Okay, Dark Pulse instead of... Water Pulse. Alright. No, that's fine. No. Shadow Claw is not bad, but there's no ghosts. And there's only one Psychic, so I don't think we need it. Honestly, just gonna go all in on it doing damage. Also, I don't remember who I was trying to use Celigor for. Maybe I was gonna use it on... Well, let's see. Maybe I was gonna use it on Veluza? Yeah, who was I using it? I mean, maybe it was gonna be one of my taunt users, but without. Let's see. Yeah, none of those moves are gonna be super effective, so that's kind of an issue. I mean, yeah, but no. So we're not using the Celigor for this fight. Okay, so Clawitzer is a option for Orthworm. Jack is for Veluza. Double Cross is for Kangaskhan. So Shrimple is for Honchkrow. Ninjask is meant to be for Infernape. So yeah, I gotta get rid of that, and we're gonna go for... Oh boy. Yeah, so we're just gonna go Venomoth. It is faster, so that's definitely a play. The only issue is if it goes into Orthworm, I don't think it has Taunt. So let's go back to the Bug and Taunt. It can't be Exceligor, because Exceligor won't have anything that'll actually hurt them. So let's see. Bug. I mean, the Aura Sphere is good, but if I don't get a clean swap, I have to deal with the Shed Tail, which is why this is so dicey. Okay, I need to beat 85 base speed. So that's pretty much just these guys. Okay, what about you, Sevi Low Kicks? Yeah, this is not ideal. All right. If I had access to hidden power, that would actually work out relatively well. I mean, there is Final Gambit. Like, maybe... it just feels like a waste to throw it away like that, you know? Okay. And yeah, it does get Aura Sphere, but sadly, Aura Sphere as a TM is only from Safari. I just don't like that. Wait, how fast is Masquerain? Infiltrator will bypass the sub. Oh, only Ninjask. That is not ideal. Okay. And it's immune to ground, so that's kind of an issue. Wait. I have an idea. Okay. That's actually a play. Mold Breaker will ignore Earth Eater, and I'll be able to hit it. The only downside is Senna Scorch is a physical attacker, and Earthworm is has really high physical defense. So I would have to go. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. I mean, I guess I could try if the other way I want to do it doesn't work. Alright, so let's see. Who's the last one going to be then, realistically? It's just going to be Venomoth. Venomoth, Psychic, Twisted Spoon. It's going to have to be enough to kill. Okay. Okay, Defog. We don't need Defog for this. Trying to see if there's a better move we can give it. I guess we'll have that just to pivot out. Alright. So then, yeah, we'll lead with Venomoth, with a Twisted Spoon and Psychic. Alright, so yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, no, it's not. Pin Missile has to change. Alright. Okay. I think we also need a berry. Pretty sure rock bug still loses to fighting, I think. Neutral, okay. So that's actually fine. Add in about 5 seconds. I will see you all shortly. Okay, so knowing that. Alright, yeah, and we're back. Time to take on Geo 1. Not looking forward to it because of that damn earthworm with his shed tail. Which lets the enemy set up behind it for free. Which is horrifying because they get an SD or something going and then it's Jover. Alright, save again. Save again and go team. I'm expecting this to be Earthworm. Oh, Haunch Crow. Okay, that makes sense. So it probably wants to go Night Slash and or Drill Peck. Hell, it could also go Heat Wave. Okay, Night Slash. We're immune to crit. We're immune to crit. Love to see it. This probably kills. It does. Okay, huge. Earthworm's gonna set up the Shed Tail, and I hate that. And it has Earth Eater, so it's immune. This is more or less the worst situation possible. Okay. I'm gonna go into Clawitzer. Okay, I hate that. Don't kill me, bro. It does. So yeah, this is probably this is gonna be a reset already, I think. Hang in there, Ninjask. No, this is not ideal. Oh, it's just not enough damage. All right, we're getting there, but my team is kind of depleted. It's gonna want to go random move. I'm gonna go double cross. It's quad resisted. No defense drop. Huge. Berry for the para. Double para. But we get through it. So Kangaskhan down, that's huge. We're probably just dead here. But I'm gonna try. Yeah, we're just fucking dead there. Okay, Venomoth, we're gonna Psychic. This will kill Nitto. Veluza. We go Jack. Oh, I hate that so much. That's so much damage. Nice, Veluza down. Earthworm again. We taunt just so it can't do Shed Tail. Body press. Earth Eater, so we gotta go Shadow Moses. It was not the answer. Not very effective. It will be boosted by Tinted Lens. We got there. So, actual first try, but boy was that... I'm relieved. Let's put it that way. So, 56 is the level cap. We got the Sylph Scope. We can dig out because we don't need to fight the Elevator Grunt. Alright. Now we're off to the tower because we gotta fight the Aeolin Marowak. That replaces the ghost of Mother Marowak in the vanilla games. And it's a very hard fight because Omni Boost. So, well, Omni Boost, Bone Zone, and Thick Club. All exponentially increasing the stats of the boss. Alright, 56 is the new level cap. Hell yeah, you love to see it. We're gonna fly. Let's get everyone up in level cap. Okay. Ninjask probably isn't coming to this. Double Cross probably isn't coming to this either, because fighting can't hit Ghost. Okay, let's see. And Bug loses to fire, but there's realistically nothing I can do about that. Okay. So I think we go Senate Scorch, and we go not Spike, the other one. This Dwebble, because we can do, I think it's Rock Wrecker or something, and we have Sturdy, so we won't die. Though we might get hit with Bone Meringue, which hits twice, and thanks to Thick Club and Shadow Bone, that actually might kill. Alright, so let's see. Yes, Rock Wrecker. That's exactly what we want. It's big damage, which is kind of a big deal. We are going to grab Shell Smash as well, though we're not going to be using it in this fight. Okay, let's see. Where are my rare candies? Crashing the rare candy market. Rare, in quotes. Well, nothing better. That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess I'll grab it because speed control. No, Bad Tantrum will do more. That's fine. Okay. Get rid of Rock Blast since we don't have Skill Link. I need to skip this track. It makes me irrationally angry. Much better. Alright. And we lead with Venomoth because Crustle's gonna have some trouble if we're trying to make that work against all the other Mon in here. Adamant. We want to make sure it does have shell armor, so we do need Sturdy. Okay. There we go. Very good. A good way to deal with the Aeolin Marowak is if you have a Mon with punishment, ideally a Dark Mon, so it's stab, you'll one-hit the Aeolin Marowak. Because of all the boosting it does to itself, counts towards punishment, which does more damage the higher the stats of the target has been buffed. Lamau, you're dead. Eel. We grab the Will-o-the-Wisp down there. Technically, if you need Will-o-the-Wisp, you can go into the tower before getting the Sylph Scope. You just can't catch any Pokemon. Lamau, you're dead. Oh no, you're all dead. Alright. Save. Well, Eel. Then we save right before the fight. Lamau. Gotcha. It's neutral because flying resist bug. Heal again. Save. Let's go. Rectum Ralph. Apparently that's a thing. I think it was Hearthstone. Let's see. Yes, Hearthstone. Boost Rock. Shadow Bone. Sad. Good thing it wasn't Bone Meringue. Alright, so honestly, that's like okay. It's almost dead. So then we're gonna come in with Jack and we're gonna Sucker Punch and it kills. Very nice. Eel. Save. Swap back to Venomoth. Lots of Psychic. Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz. Bzzz. That's how I imagine it in my head. Giga Drain. Extremely powerful. I do be liking Venomoth. I hate how Gumshoes looks. Has the haircut of a fuckboy and or looks like Donald Trump. So we're gonna go into Jack. First impression into Sucker Punch. Into... There you go. Oh yeah, barrier spam. Sometimes they'll just spam a status move until you run out of PP. Because the enemy doesn't run out of PP. But you can. Evidenced by the fact that I watched Primal Dialga Roar of Time 13 times. When max PP would only put it at 8. Alright, Pokeflute. Hell yeah. Thank you. I could fight Morty, and I'm not gonna. If I end up wanting to bring Clawitzer to Elite Four, I will 100% do it because then I can get Shadow Ball. We go to Vermilion to grab our lefties. Celadon for our lefties. Then we go to Silphco. Lamau, you're dead. And we have Item Finder, so we can now grab leftovers. Otherwise, I think you have to wait to get the Fuchsia. You beat Brendan, then he gives you leftovers. Okay, same thing as before. Sadly, they don't let you go through those routes until you beat Sabrina. There's very much an enforced order as to how Supercell wants you to play the game. Whereas in like the past, I would skip certain bosses and I would rush Koga, rush Blaine, go back and fight the trainers that I don't care about, you know? Dual Wing Beat. Flying, thank you kindly. We don't need to fight them. Now we prep for Silphco. There's a rival battle, a double battle, then Giovanni 2. So let's start prepping for all that. I'll start working on it while the ad break goes. Feel free to grab some water. grab some snacks, do some exercising. VOD friends and lurkers, I hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for stopping by. We'll look at some Palace Cats after Rival. Okay, so Rival. All right, Meow, and we're back. Almost ready for the rival battle. I have to figure out who's dealing with Mega Venusaur. Probably... Shed Ninja with safety goggles, because safety goggles means I can't get hit by powder, and sleep powder is exactly that. Okay. I do need a Steelmon that's a follower, so now that I think about it, I do have to change a thing or two. We want to go to Celadon, aka Game Corner, and we want to grab a Metagross because it functions as an excellent mon to grab various items that are super useful. So we're doing that right meow. Then we're going to take on Rival. Also, I forgot this hasn't been in full size, so I apologize for that. Okay, Beldum. No. Sure. Beldum. Rare Candy it twice. I'll take it to its final form. We don't use it. We just have it as a follower to do one thing for us. Grab various held items that are super strong. There we go. Now we want to save. Go back to Rock Tunnel. Talk to Metagross. Oh, wow. Safety goggles. That's huge. Really? Oh, that's so annoying. I'm gonna have to go back and make it a follower instead. That is... I was hoping I could cheese it that way, but it decided not to. So, alright then. Fun. Let's see. Very silly. Thank you. Safety goggles. That's gonna make dealing with the Venusaur relatively easy. It can't hit us with any of its moves, and we won't get hit by Sleep Powder. Alright, so let me move you. And then it was Shedinja. Alright, Joltik is for the Staraptor. Araquanid is for the Darmanfam Jam. Clawitzer is for our good friend King Gambit. Solapete's for Azumarill. Crustle is like whatever. And then Shedinja is for Venusaur. Once Vikavolt is at least level 66, it's gonna see a lot of play because Thunderclap is a special version of Sucker Punch. It does dummy damage. Especially with a choice specs. All right. Thunderbolt is stronger than Discharge, and it's not a double battle, so it doesn't matter. All right. I think it's Thunderstone. Let's find out. 32, okay. If it were a physical attacker, I would absolutely give it Sucker Punch for chip damage. And then we're gonna give it, let's see. We do outspeed, so that's fine. All right, we're fine. So I'll probably go Magnet for extra damage. We go Modest. Thunder Cage isn't bad, but I don't like 90 accuracy. And in all honesty, I'd rather have Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. Okay, so that's fine. Oh, I don't think it gets Accelerock until Egg Tutor and Fuchsia. Alright, Dewpider, you need some changes. Water Bubble's huge. And the Mon is relatively tanky when it evolves into its final form. No. Alright, good. We're almost ready for Rival. That's interesting. We absolutely are taking Wave Crash. It's big damage. Okay, so we want a Charty Berry because, boy, that rock move is gonna do big damage. So that's Charty. We're gonna go defense up, speed down. Relaxed, very relaxed. Wave Crash. Let's see what else. Boy, I really wish you got First Impression, but that's okay. We can make it work. And I guess we just give it Crunch for off-typing coverage. So I have something that hits a little bit harder. Actually, let me see if I can get dual wing beat. Probably not, but that would be better than Aerial Ace, since there's no evasion in this outside of Snow Cloak and Sandveil. Yeah, that would have been nice, right? Like, oh yeah, by the way, he gets it and you just haven't been using it this whole time. All right, so we grab Hidden Power. Silphco is really quick if you know where to go. So you go to the 9th floor. You fight this guy because he's always gonna get in the way. Go to 5th floor, he fights you. Grab the key card. Go back to 9. Heal. Fight this guy. That's the nurse. This is where Giga Drain would have been really nice. Okay. Rival battle. All right, go team. I think everyone's in their right positions. Realistically, yeah. All right, let's run it back and see how this goes. I don't think there will be an issue, but sometimes I forget something. Okay, it stays in and dies. We got the Darman Fam Jam. We need to live a hit here, and that's gonna be difficult. Ah, boy. I think I may have goofed it. Yeah. I needed to go Citrus Berry since I was swapping in. So that is completely my fault. But we have Sturdy. Also, yeah, that did nothing. Feels bad. So we're going into Clawitzer with the Aura Sphere. Lamau, you're dead. We go into Shed Ninja. Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace. We go into Solipede. Mortal Spin. Venoshock. I think I am outsped here. I'm gonna go Mortal Spin, get a Poison off. Venoshock. We actually were faster. I did not expect that. Rival down. Fucking huge. We heal. We dig out because this is a really difficult double battle. You can only use 3 of your Pokemon and Brendan uses 3. Brendan's team's terrible. The biggest example of that, he has multiple Mon with Focus Blast that only has a 70% chance to hit. He has a Technician Mega Sceptile, but it has Mega Drain despite being a physical attacker. Like my brother in Christ, you are fucking stupid. You know, it's super annoying. We're gonna save, and we're gonna start looking at some Palace Cats because they're wild cats that live predominantly in Asia. They are threatened. They are super adorable. Monetization, that's the website run by Roman Pavlov and Victoria. This was taken by Haru Manul, and it's Polly from the Nasu Animal Kingdom in Japan. She's looking big, angy. Someone probably told her she can't eat the cameraman and she got big mad. Rounded circular ears, round pupils, absolutely thick coat of fur to stay warm up in the tundra or the steppe. The rounded ears, that's huge. There's not a lot of cover out on the tundra or the plain, so huge pointy ears at the top of the head would give it away. Offset rounded ears make it look like a boulder, which give it a lower profile. This is Mia with one of her kittens from 2 years ago. This was taken by Roman Pavlov of Monetization. I love the golden hour light. Very beautiful pink nose, rounded head, round pupils, hazelish eyes. Truly some of God's finest creatures. I'm a big fan. Mating season for them is literally 1 day a year. Low population density and high infant mortality rate makes it difficult for them to thrive in the wild. That's why their life expectancy in captivity is double that of in the wild. All right, Meow, welcome back. This is Chengdu of Tierpark Berlin in Germany. He's a very beautiful boy. I love the well-defined eyebrows. These rounded ears, tiny dent in the forehead. You got some brownish orange around the snoot with a really pink nose. Super adorable. Big fan. They also have distinct markings on their heads. Sometimes there will be patterns and that makes it easier to figure them out. Apparently Teru of the Kanji Force, she was one of the palace cats born this year at, I believe, Kobe Animal Kingdom. She has a T on her forehead, which is how they can tell it's Teru. So you can click on Chengdu. You can see that Chengdu is the son of Norbu and Pema. Look at these Pete's. Look at that tail. Truly some of God's finest creatures. He's 4. His siblings are Fellini, Mora, and Moira. Older siblings are Mimi, Pose, and at least 2 unnamed ones. Then Norbu and Bohas, and an unnamed son of Pema. They're pretty great. I love this, like, peeking over the rock, peeking over the boulder, trying to see what's what. Doesn't look very enthused. Orange foot. You see some different coloration in the fur. It'll vary. There's palace cats from Iran that are primarily orange and they look like RL Garfields. And then you can see the family lineage as far as ascendants go. And then you can see descendants. It's very neat. Also, look at this big old tail. Such a beautiful boy. Big fan. All right, so now it's gonna be one of several dreaded double battles. Incineroar and Gothitelle. I don't think there's a bug with competitive, so I'm gonna have to get clever on how I fight this. And because you can only bring 3 Pokemon, you have to bring the best 3 that you can, and I hope your teammate doesn't sell by going after the wrong target or having Focus Blast miss like 3 times in a row. Okay, so I think Phalanx is our option. We don't have competitive, but we have Defiant. We're gonna get hit by an Intimidate from the, what's-his-face? From the Incineroar. We're gonna use a Psychic Berry to eat the Psychic, and we're gonna go in on the Incineroar. We're going to protect on the first turn because we can't fake out. So we need to go get a Phalanx, and I don't exactly remember where they are. I think I know, but I'm not certain without pulling up the docs. Okay, not here. I think they're where I went to grab the Heracross. They are. Maybe. Oh, it might be at night. Let's see. Yes, there it is. Okay, awesome. Oh, and Scyther. That's actually huge. Because that means I can have a Scizor for Sabrina once I defog the terrain away. Okay. That's very, very large, in fact. And we have access to Dream Patches, so that's an easy Defiant. We are gonna grab two Scyther while we're here. I'm not using them in Elite Four though, because I wanna save Sizor for mono steel, and I want to save Cleavor most likely for mono rock. Okay. Very good. And them's the breaks. Okay. So we are gonna absolutely be bringing Phalanx for the first mon of 3. We are probably going to then bring I think Sevian Centiscorch because ground coverage with a Fireberry to deal with the Houndoom. Okay. So then that leaves one slot as far as what we have to play with. I think we go Firebug, which means we're gonna have to use the other Centiscorch because we don't get Volcarona until level 59, which realistically means we only get that after we beat Sabrina, because then level cap goes to 68. Okay. Not ideal, but we can make this work. Okay. There's too much fire, too much ghost, and too much dark for me to want to bring Shed Ninja, and that's why we're not using Shed for this fight. And then there's a bunch of fire and some dark in Sabrina, so Shed isn't coming in there either. Okay, so Defiance, a hidden ability. So we're going to sort. We want our Dream Patches. Defiant. So that's basically a free Swords Dance against them, which is going to be really nice. We grab the Pyapa Berry because I have really low special defense. We want to go max out attack, so I believe that's Adamant. Yup. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now, it's fair what moves I actually want to use. I know we need Protect, because I don't want to get faked out. We grab Close Combat. We're not going to be able to use First Impression, because we want to Protect to eat the fake out. Ideally, they double into me, so all their moves whiff. And then Masquerain is able to Bug Buzz and kill the Gothitelle. Alright, so Protect. You get Protect and a bunch of other TMs from Game Corner after you beat Erica. Very handy. So it's going to be Close Combat. As much as I like Mega Horn, I don't like the low accuracy. Neither Centiscorch are special, so I'm kind of shoehorned into it being physical, which I don't love, especially because Mile has massive defense. Okay. And none of them can learn U-turn. Feels bad. Poison Jab might be an answer to, what's her face? Primarina. Though a fighting type doesn't really want to stay in against a fairy, you know? Scald's interesting. Let me look at Centiskorch again. Maybe the normal Centiskorch is more of a mixed attacker. Okay. Yeah, that one's it's a bit closer, but it's still a pretty large gap, you know? It's a 25 gap, so I think I'm gonna stick to just using physical. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab Rock Slide. Rock's also super effective against fire. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the first thing. We'll be okay. Phalanx, it's like a Roman thing. So we're gonna go with some sort of I know. Pogamus. Pogamus the Defiant. So then that leaves 2 Centiskorch. I think I go probably Flash Fire, so I have a free swap on the what's his face? On the Houndoom. Since fire types can't be burnt, Flame Body wouldn't do anything. Yes. And then we're fine with it being Coil. If they don't get Stomping Tantrum, at the very least, I gotta give them Bulldoze. Okay. Ironhead's interesting. Now. Leech Life isn't bad, but fire do be resisting bug. Okay, we can absolutely use Willow. That will bring down Miles' attack, which is actually not that bad of a play. They don't get bad tantrum. That hurts. It's a mega, so I'm not going to be able to knock off the thing. Absolutely gonna grab a Rock Slide over Rock Tomb. No U-turn, sadly. Bulldoze? No, because you already have bad tantrum. Okay. We'll put a pin in Scorching Sands for now. Oh, that's actually huge. It's a guaranteed defense down. So we keep Coil, we keep Will-o-the-Wisp. I don't think I'm gonna use X-Scissor realistically. Pounce really isn't gonna do anything. Actually, I think I will. I'll use Leech Life for sustain, provided I can actually learn it. Since X-Scissor doesn't get a bonus unless you have Sharpness, because it counts as a blade move for the buff. So yeah, I think we can make that work. And then we can look at normal Centiskorch and see your Rock Slide, Coil, Bad Tantrum. What else are we giving you, Centiskorch? Shed Skin to, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get parried, so it's not like a huge deal. So I'm a ground type. Mold Breaker lets us hit regardless of ability, so we're probably just gonna go with that. Because I'm not thinking of anything else that will like absolutely be better. Alright, so... It's a double battle, so we can't go Earthquake. Okay. Alright, Meow, and we're back. Time to take on the dreaded rival battle. It's a double, well, not rival. Game Corner, Silphco, what are words? It's dreaded because this is what your teammate has. A poorly built Sceptile and a bunch of Focus Blasts with a 70% hit rate. And they get a Mega Houndoom, they get a Mega Mile, they get an Incineroar. It's just really unpleasant. And the stretch that is Game Corner to Sabrina, lots of people fucking rip here. There's so many difficult fights, and it's a huge ramp up from like Erica, kinda difficult, to like bruh, you know? So let's see if we can do it. It's probably gonna take a few times because of the RNG, but we got this. So we're gonna lead with Pogamus. The other two don't really matter because I can choose who I want to bring in, but Pogamus has to go in first. We get the boost to attack from Defiant. We protect first turn and we hope they double in on me. Okay, good. Gothitelle down. Ish. They doubled in on me. This is basically the best start that I could have hoped for. We're gonna go for close combat. Bug Buzz kills Gothitelle, that's huge. We close combat the Incineroar, we kill. Very huge. You'll love to see it. Okay, Goldengo and Mile. Interesting that Mile is coming in already but I'm fine with that because I think even though Fairy resists fighting, I have at least 2 Defiance been procced, so that's +4 attack. I think we're gonna be fine. Like, Play Rough is absolutely gonna hurt. Oh no. Yeah, Meownwell's fucking dead. Okay, awesome. Love to see that. So now Primarina comes in. How fast is Primarina? Primarina is 60. And we are, let me check. $75, okay. So yeah, honestly, we stay in. We stay in and we poison jab. Or we just fucking die, okay. Honestly, that's not too bad. We're gonna bring in this Senate Scorch and we're going to Fire Lash the Goldango. We're gonna Fire Lash the Goldango, or we're not, but it's fine. We're gonna go high horsepower. We're gonna go high horsepower. So yeah, a lot closer than I would have liked, but actual first try, very pog. You love to see it. Now we prep for GO2, which is also difficult because unless you can get rid of the weather, Garchomp has Sand Veil, which means he's harder to hit in sand. And if he's allowed to set up a Swords Dance, you just fucking die, which is unpleasant. Level cap is 57. Now we gotta prep for GO2. I have some ideas though. We absolutely do not want rocks to be up. So we need to defog or we need to taunt to make sure rocks don't come up to begin with. If we can one-hit them on the first turn, we don't have to worry about rocks. Okay. So, I might be fine. Let's see. The only issue there is I still need to outspeed the Hippo down. 47. I'm outsped. Okay. I think a wide lens hydro pump for Masquerain is enough to one hit. If not that, we could go Frostmoth with the Ice Beam, which would probably also be enough. Okay. Yeah, honestly, we're gonna open with Frostmoth. Okay. We dig out. Let's start prepping the team. All right. Pretty much everyone and their mom in this fight has a rock move. So it's Berry scary. Okay, I'm trying to think how I'm dealing with the Garchomp. I know someone has Compound Eye, but if they don't have a super effective move for the Garchomp, he's just gonna Scale Shot and or Swords Dance, and then I'm gonna die, which is not ideal. So, because I think it's like 30% evasion they get. All right. So we're gonna bring in okay. We're gonna bring in Rabombi. We need a fairy for Dragon so we can swap in on the Scale Shot. Frosmoth. Okay. I think we bring in Heracross again to deal with the Kangaskhan. I really want to bring in Centiskorch to deal with the Torterra, but it loses to Rock 4 times and it loses to Earthquake at least 2 times. So that's kind of a hard one to be like, yeah, let's do that. Ideally, I'll Frosmoth up to deal with Torterra. Excadrill. Something that hits twice would be really nice. But I don't exactly have... Wait, no, I kind of do. Problem is I'm gonna be outsped. So it's like, you know? Okay. Let's see. I don't think we have a way to get rid of the weather either. Because the weather tutor is in Cinnabon. So that's kind of a problem when it comes to some form of getting rid of problematic weather. You know, I'm gonna bring in Leavanny. I'm gonna see if we can be getting a weather setter. Like, yeah, I know there's none that naturally set weather, but if it's pretty fast, I can manually set the weather and be like, okay, good enough, you know? Let's check. Okay, so Waddle, or Leavanny at least, right? Okay, now, what about Araquanid? No, Araquanid is not it either. Okay. Alright, we just have to suck it up and deal with the weather being what it is. Okay, I don't love that, but we'll live. Actually, maybe Masquerain gets Rain Dance. Probably not, but maybe. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's a water mosquito, but I am sadly not not seeing it. So no, we're just gonna have to accept that the weather is gonna be what it is, and that's okay, you know? This is actually a toughie. So, Rabambi is tentatively for Garchomp. Frosmoth, Double Cross is for Kangaskhan. Honestly, we're gonna bring in Ledian to deal with Excadrill. I normally don't like having type overlapping, but I don't exactly have another answer when it comes to the fighting solution. And Iron Fist will probably get the job done. So that leaves one slot open, and it's probably gonna want to be a physical attacker because in the whatnot in the sand, rocks have like either 30 or 50% increased special defense. Okay. And it has good as gold, so I can't put her to sleep. We have an ad in about 20 seconds. I'm going to continue prepping for GO2. Grab some water, grab a bite to eat, do some exercising if you feel like you need to. We'll be back shortly, then we're going to take on GO2, and it's probably going to be one of the harder battles I've had to do since Bug loses to Rock. Alright, Meow, we're back. I think I'm almost ready for GO2. We're using Galissapod with a Charty Berry to deal with our good friend Garganackle. Swords Dance into Liquidation. If it's not low HP, it's going to want to use an attack. We have Sucker Punch for that. When it gets low HP, it's going to want to recover. We go Cherry Berry for Paralyze against Kangaskhan. This is tough because Rock is 4 times weak. Rabombi is going to be very squishy. We're probably going to give it a Charty Berry as well because Rock Slide. And we're going to go, I think, Shield Dust so we can't get flinched. Which I think is hidden ability. Let's see. No, it's not. Okay, that's awesome. So then we have Bug Buzz, Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, and probably something else as a... Oh, yeah, Quiver Dance. That works. Okay. Frostmoth. I might go Air Balloon so I can't get hit by ground moves. The problem is I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. And I don't love that. So maybe we do Leftovers with Protect. So we can get some periodic healing. We're not trying to do Trick Room or anything. So we don't have to worry about economy of turns as much. Giga Drain, Bug Buzz, Ice Beam, and yeah, probably Protect. Okay. I think this will be enough to kill the Hippo down. Ribombee is... There can only be one name. Ribombee is ideally for the Garchomp, even if it's only a swap to eat the Scale Shot. Double Cross is for what's-his-face, Kangaskhan. Pounce over that. And then we'll also, because Pounce is going to be speed control, maybe counter. Realistically, all Double Cross needs to do is get in there and punch someone, then they fucking die. Let's also do Dream Patch so it has Moxie, in case it actually gets the ball rolling. Galissapod's ability is fixed. Ledian's ability is fixed. All their abilities are what they need to be. Ledian still needs a few things. Punch Glove on Ledian, so punching moves do even more damage. Ledian specifically because it more or less does all the things I needed to against Garganackle as a backup. Now we have one slot left. We need to deal with... Frostmoth can deal with this. Frostmoth could deal with this, but I would need multiple Quiver Dance stacks to survive. Maybe some redundancy for Excadrill. So let's see what that looks like. Water, grass. I could go Levaini. Another reason why I wanted to get rid of the sand is the fact that with sand it has double speed. So sadly, no one is outspeeding that. actually, in theory, Speed Boost Yanmega could with a Giga Drain. So let's see if we can make this work. Yes. So it needs Ancient Power. Just so it evolves. So it's gonna be Bug Buzz. It's gonna be Air Slash. Evolve it now. It needs Giga Drain over Ancient Power. And Protect, because we want to be able to build stacks of Speed Boost. And then we want to go Modest, probably. Let's see what the base speed is. No. It's gonna be faster because of the sand, so let's make it take less time for the speed boost to get up in there, you know? It does lose 4 times to rock, which is kind of scary. And a Charty Berry would not help, sadly. So instead we're gonna go leftovers again. Okay, I think we can make this work. Let's take on Geo2. And hopefully it's not too much of a slog. So, same as usual. Floor 9. Three. 11. Save. Let's just do a quick rundown. You're fine. Oh, that's not right. That's not, that has to change. Okay. Modest. Good thing we checked. Very good, much better. I mean, I'm probably still gonna lose a few times, but at least it's not oopsie doopsies. I'm an idiot with the wrong nature. So we played around that. We save again for good measure. Go team. Okay, he swaps out because he knew that Hippo Down would have died. Garganacl doesn't care about it because it's a rock type with increased special defense in the sand. Ledian. Mach Punch. That just does not do enough damage. Okay. So Ledian might not be the answer. Fuck. Golisopod. We're going to Swords Dance. We're going to Swords Dance. Oh, I forgot the emergency exit. So yeah, that's not happening. So I think, how are we doing it instead? We're gonna do the same thing. Garganacl. We're gonna go into Golisopod. Liquidation. Liquidation, I think this, it does not. That's unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. Not what I wanted to see. This is probably Scale Shot, so Rabambi. Huge. D-Gleam. It's not gonna be enough. That would have been enough, that's why they swapped out. This breaks Sash at least. That's important. Ledian. It's not enough, but it's almost dead. So we take that. I wish that did more. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna see if I get the defense proc, then White Herb will restore that, which means it won't be able to do the shell smash and then get all its stuff back, you know? Okay. Honestly though, this isn't too bad. We're gonna protect. I think we will be faster. We are. Huge. Okay, Garchomp comes back in. Sadly, we need to not miss here. Please don't miss. No miss. Huge. That's an issue. We want to preserve the HP on Heracross because we need that for the Garchomp, not the Garchomp, for the Kangaskhan. Yeah, this is not ideal. Okay. Oh boy, they're still alive. This is not great. Well, so it wasn't bad, but boy, did it not go well. So I have to find a different solution for Kangaskhan, for Garganacl. We're gonna try to run it back. It stays in. AI is wild, so that's huge. Garganacl comes in. We're gonna go into Ledian. We're going to power up Punch. Not enough. Okay, Heracross with the close combat. We get some Moxie rolling, which is nice. We go into Rabombi because we expect the Scale Shot. Quiver Dance. Hopefully this makes Dealing kill. It doesn't. That is unfortunate. But we can come in with Yanmega, protect, and have Bug Buzz ideally not miss. Okay, good. We have an ad in about 10 seconds, so we will resume this epic battle as soon as we come back from that. Okay, Excadrill comes in. Oh boy, I hate that. We can Sucker Punch though. Okay. right, and we're back. So I think this is the one that gets us past GO2. Then we get ready for Erica. We have Sucker Punch because Excadrill had Focus Sash. And that's down, huge. Torterra. Oh no. I mean, it's not gonna at least be able to double Shell Smash, but I still don't like what I see, you know? So we're just gonna get Sucker Punch because it can only attack. Okay. It can't do any more Shell Smashing, so we're gonna protect for a turn. I think we will outspeed, then we'll go into Bug Buzz. We do. Huge. Kangaskhan. This is probably gonna be Fake Out again. Bug Buzz isn't gonna kill, but if we can get the special defense drop down, that would be quite nice. Okay. I messed up. I sold by letting it buff up, so that was absolutely my mistake. Throwing. It was obviously pretending for content. Oh, not this again. All right. This is probably a reset because now I don't have someone for Kangaskhan. I mean, technically I have Ledian, but it's not ideal. Yeah, exactly. This is gonna be an issue. I done gone heckin' goofed it, you know? Alright, we're going to... Oh, the para. You hate to see it. Oh yeah, emergency exit. I did forget that was a thing. Aha! That's fine. We want to go into... Yeah, that was I completely screwed that up. So that's fine. We're just getting more content out of it, that's all. Totally intentional, by the way. Okay. Ledian. I think this is range for close. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. So then we want to go into Rabombi. We want a Quiver Dance. We want a D-Gleam. Oh, that's unpleasant, but that's fine. We know it's gonna Shell Smash no matter what. So I'm gonna get some free damage in. Yanmega, like before, we protect. Bug Buzz outspeeds. Excadrill. I really wish I had a priority move, but I don't. Protect. Okay. Hippo down again. We're gonna protect some more. That was very much a sell on my part. Oh no! Not what I wanted to see in the slightest. Alright, so Ledian is not the answer, despite massively resisting rock. It just doesn't do what I need it to. So this was part of the issue with not being able to clear the weather. Alright. Honestly, I think this will work. Wave Crash is gonna hit really hard. And we go Charty Berry. Let's get it up one level. Giggity. All right. Let's make this work. Low roll plus frostbite. You hate to see it, truly. Okay. This might be enough. It's not, but we have Sucker Punch for the kill. Okay, fine. Like that's tolerable, you know? Go into double cross off the jump. That's unpleasant. This is probably a reset, sadly. You hate to see it, you know? It just wasn't enough. Yeah, this is a reset. That's actually where having Letty-In would have been nice, because I could swap it in Mach Punch. But, no. Okay, this is probably the cleanest chance we're gonna have. Swap into Double Cross. And I just realized I instantly sold by going into Heracross instead of going into Golisopod. Well, that's gonna make this whole fight harder. Rabombi, we're going to swap into Golisopod. We're going to Liquidation. We're going to Sucker Punch. We go into Rabombi. We Quiver Dance. We Degleam. We Degleam. I think I have to get a clean swap here, as much as I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Oh. It's not gonna be enough. This might, though. Okay. It's just not enough damage. Please be enough. It's not. Without Quiver Dance, Frostmoth just isn't that good, because I need the Quiver Dance stacks to actually be able to outspeed things, you know? Its base speed is so bad. Alright. We're gonna try it one or two more times, then we'll pick it up tomorrow. I really want to be able to do this fight today. I feel like a failure not having already beat Sabrina. Okay, nice. We can live with that. For Bombi, we go into Golisopod. Liquidation. Sucker Punch. Rabombi. Quiver Dance. Oh, not what we wanted to see. Sucker Punch. It's gonna fake out right out the jump, so... Nice. We already got a Moxie stack going, so I figured I'd stay in. It probably does outspeed now, though. Yeah. Nice. Love to see it. That's not ideal. It's gonna be close. In like the worst way. Alright, so hell yeah, awesome. Now, I knew it was gonna be difficult, but it was definitely harder than I would have liked or would have hoped. So we'll be picking up tomorrow. We're gonna be fighting Sabrina. We're gonna be doing weather routes. We're gonna fight Brendan. That way we get the safari. Level cap is 59. In these last few minutes, we're gonna look at some palace cats. Then we're gonna find someone to raid. Okay. Very good. And we get the Master Ball, not that we ever use it. Let's retrace the steps, so to speak. I want to get the floor 5 because then I can get body press, which will help. We'll have to go from the other way, I think, now that I think about it. Yeah. Okay. Body press and liquidation, I think, are the only two ones in here that I would actually want to try to get. Okay. Yoink. Oh, that's not the right way. Brain doesn't want a brain today. I think it's down here. It is not. I was bamboozled. None of that matters. That doesn't matter either. Basically, if it's not yellow ball, it's not a move. Okay. Nope. Oh, it's down here. Ah, Zen Headbutt. Okay, so liquidation is somewhere else then. Worst case scenario, if I need it, I look it up and be like, oh, it was right there, and I'm a dumb. There's liquidation. Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna do the mega thing real quick because that's a thing you can do. When you're on New Game Plus, you can type mega and it will give you all the mega stones. I wait until I'm ready to fight Sabrina, then I do it because that's the earliest you would actually have access to the mega ring. So it's a level of limitation I put on myself, especially since there's a fair amount of megas that are only available post-game. So it's like, all right. You can have a little mega evolution as a treat, you know? All right, let's look at some Palace Cats. And then we're gonna find someone to raid who's playing Radical Red, ideally, so we can share the love with them. These were Chengdu that we were looking at earlier from Tier Park in Berlin. That's Stubbsy at Hellebrunn Zoo, doing a mlem. I love that the cat's name is Stubbsy. It's a girl, and it's a very funny name. Nice little Pete's. Looks mighty hungry. Love the pronounced eyebrows. She looks very long, and the head looks comically small in contrast to her body. This picture was taken last year, so Stubbsy is very much in her winter coat right now. More Stubbsy. Really beautiful. The ears on the side of the head, kind of, rather than top of the head. Once again, low profile. We'll be back with Palace Cats in about a minute. All right, and we're back. Another picture of Stubbsy, very short to the ground, low profile, some sort of high performance cat, if you will. Still looks absolutely gorgeous. Love the coat. The well-pronounced whisker subsystem. I also looked up Stubbsy and her sister Plushie. Stubbsy is the daughter of Max and Miley, born 2016. Plushie, Jessie, unnamed daughter, unnamed son. Such an incredible creature. What does Stubbsy mean? Stubbsy means small nose. I suppose that kind of makes sense. I love that one. Reminds me of Owl, because Owl will be in trees. And I love the orange in the coat. Very, very good looking. And these were taken 2023 by Roman Pavlov. Then you have Plushie. Love when they sit in trees. Also reminds me of birds. The daughter of Max and Miley again. Sitting in a tree. Someone took her ears. Oh, her younger sister is Kara. That's actually interesting. Kara was the female palace cat at the Big Cat Sanctuary in the UK. She was the wife of Jethro, and they were hoping for them to be a breeding pair, but both sadly passed away early 2024, and they're in heaven, and I love that for us. It is a shame, though, they didn't go off to produce any offspring, because Palace cats are on the decline, and we need more. That's so precious. I truly can't express that they are some of God's finest creatures. Very expressive, round, adorable. Big fan. And I hope you all are too. VOD friends, lurkers, everyone who stopped by, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I am disappointed in myself that I didn't get the Sabrina, but we'll take on Sabrina, weather routes, Safari Zone, and all the stuff that entails tomorrow. I stream every 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Radical Red, Palace Cats. We'll probably squeeze in some crime coverage tomorrow. I hope you have a good rest of your Monday and Tuesdays. We are going to find someone to raid. Hang in there. We are going to get through this, and it is going to be okay. I did find someone. Okay, this will absolutely work. Let's see. I think that's how he spells it. I started watching them the other day. They're new to Rad Red, so this will be fun for them.